Well, I'm on my last lap here, and I figured I'd sit and enjoy the sound of the water and the sun on my shoulder and drink some more coffee here before I go home. Thought I'd tell a story and share some thoughts. Oh boy, right? But anyhow, I was thinking while I was kayaking, two verses. I probably won't get them all word for word, but I'll do my best. Ecclesiastes 2:13 and Hebrews 12:1. Ecclesiastes 2:13 or 2:13. I'm pretty sure. Then I saw that wisdom excelleth folly, just as light excelleth darkness. And then at the end of that thought that King Solomon was writing, it said that will bring calmness in life. And then Hebrews 12:1, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses spurring us on to run the race set out before us. I know I didn't get all of that one, but that's pretty much the gist of it. There's a great cloud of witnesses that's spurring us on, running our race here on earth to the end. And I often think of all of the people in my church that I grew up with, from diapers, on up, that are all dead now. I think my mom is the only one that age that's still alive. She's 90. She'll be 93. But I can't help but think that they're in that cloud, spurring me on. And I'm thinking, I was never a good, track star, or I think I've been in maybe 3 races in my life. Cross-country ski race, didn't do very well. It was really cold. I got a bad case of cold-induced asthma. I had to go to the doctor. It was so bad I couldn't hardly breathe. It was below zero, and we got there late, and didn't warm up, and oh man, it was brutal. I got that, but I finished the race, but I didn't win. The other 2 races were kayak races, and I actually ended up winning. I actually won some money, but I was in my 40s at the time, probably mid-40s. And I got there. I remember the first one, it was put on by the same kayak shop. It was two years in a row. And the first one, I remember I got there and I see all these young, strong kids, and I'm thinking, there's no way. I almost didn't even race. I'm thinking, there's no way. I'm not gonna have a chance, Ended up smoking them, and it was because of my wisdom of the river. So I guess that verse definitely pays off. You think of the folly as children, and if our parents teach us wisdom to put aside that folly, it pays off in all kinds of things in life. Work, get along with people, and how we do our work. I think of building houses and building buildings. Wisdom saves you time, money, and energy. And raising your family, your children, your marriage. List can go on and on. And then I recall I didn't have a great cloud spurring me on at the kayak race, but I had my family and my dad. I remember my dad. I think my mom was there too. But my dad. I remember my dad was there both times. He was standing on the bridge at Atwood there, yelling, "Come on, John! Come on, John!" So when you think you feel like giving up in this life, just think of that cloud of witnesses that's spurring you on to the end. You can't see them, but they're there. If we had our heavenly eyes, we could see them. They're all around us, spurring us on. Anyhow, just some thoughts. I thought I'd share them and drink my coffee here and enjoy the sun and the sound of the water. Yeah, the river, I was out yesterday, and I think it's probably down maybe 2 inches from then. So it's going down, it's crested. But a week ago today, I was out, and it was probably 1.5 feet lower. But I think this island was, if I remember right, yesterday it was almost underwater. So it, yeah, it definitely went up with that rain. But boy, it's beautiful out here today. 70, I think 71 maybe it feels like right now. The sun on my left shoulder here feels real good. My left side is the side that gives me fits. A couple people prayed for me today. I was talking to them in the parking lot, and I gave them a Bible and a cross, and come to find out they were Christians. And I don't remember how prayer came up, but they wanted to pray, and I said, sure. I'll take all the prayer I can get. I remember the song. In fact, I'll post it below if you want to listen to it. It was a favorite song of myself and my kids growing up. My son, I remember he liked, it was Ricky Skaggs. His favorite song was Steak, a Knife, and a Glass of Tea. And one of my favorite Ricky Skaggs songs is I Can Feel Somebody Praying for Me. And the power of prayer is often forgotten. A lot of times people, that's the last the last thing they do when it should be the first thing we do. Alrighty, I will continue my last lap here after a few more sips of coffee, but I hope you all have a blessed evening. God bless.